All
Going
right.
for the obvious joke.
What? He's just he just likes to seize opportunities, man. That's why he always makes force fields and nothing else. All right.
Whoa.
Next up, Kespa official statement on match fixing incident. That was pretty weak, by the way. That was pretty.
There's only one match, right, that they covered. The Sulky match, right?
Yeah, the Sulky match that was very recent. But they didn't really talk about Marine King. They didn't really talk about any other match. Did you see this?
Prime, whatever team Marine King is on, they did make a statement about this match.
Yeah, MVP made a statement a few weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that statement was approved by Kespa, but Chris, you saw this, right? This their official statement?
No, I didn't.
Oh. What they said, basically, none of the players were involved in match fixing. There's been attempts to fix matches, but the players who were approached by brokers rejected the offer. One investor was in trouble, and he contacted the police. That's how they found out. Kespa is stepping up their efforts on taking down illegal betting websites. Until the case has been fully resolved, please do not make inappropriate accusations to players. And we will continue to communicate with the fans until the final decision is out and prevent any future illegal acts.
Yeah, I don't know.
You were pretty outspoken a few weeks back about the match fixing.
Yeah, because as far as what I've heard, it's a pretty regular thing in Korea, what was happening. So, I don't know, you know. It's rare that you're ever going to see a company come out and be like, hey, like, you know, like you look at all these big corporations in the world and, you know, BP and oil spills and everything. No one ever says like, hey man, you fucked up our country, you spilled a lot of oil. And they're like, yeah, you're right, we did that. Sorry. You know, they're always going to try to cover their backs and cover it up at first. I'm not saying necessarily they're wrong in their statement or it's not, you know, they're not being honest. But at the same time, they are a company at the end of the day and they are trying to protect their brand and their players and all that. So I hope it's true, and I hope they are stepping up their efforts, and I hope that players aren't taking bribes to throw matches, but at the end of the day, I find it highly unlikely that there hasn't been a bribe at one point or another, and people haven't thrown matches. Because it's just a really toxic situation where you have these ESF players especially, who get little to no salary, and they're playing basically fucking show matches. Because at the end of the day, if you win Pro League, your team gets a chunk of the money, and maybe your like quality of life might go up a little bit, but you don't benefit monetarily from it directly. So they're basically playing these show matches. They get no salary, and then they have people come into them saying, "Hey, we'll pay you like good money if you throw a match." So I mean,
but the same people, like, isn't it that site? What's it called? Esports Pinnacle. Isn't it only they who have said that there was match fixing going on and they voided the bets? Isn't that where all the accusations have come from?
I guess in the foreign scene, yeah.
Yes.
Because like then that's like the only source, and I don't know how credible that is. Like where they get their information from and stuff like that.
They're doing it like purely off of mathematics. Like if one side all of a sudden just like gets really heavily bet on at like the last hour or two, then they'll say, okay, this is fucking weird. You know, like let's say 60% of the people bet on Sulky and 40% bet on Marine King for 3 days, and then in the last 2 hours, 90% of the people bet on Sulky, and it's like a huge amount of money compared to the first 2 or 3 days. Then they're gonna be like, what the hell? This is really sketchy. Like, why is there so much money being thrown at Sulky so quickly when it just the odds aren't there? So, I mean, at the same time, Pinnacle, once again, it's a company. If they lose a bunch of money on a bet and they can just void it and say, well, fuck you guys, we're not paying out, you know, that in itself is not, you know, it can't be taken at face value. You can't just say, okay, well, that match was thrown just because of that. But on top of that, there's a lot of Korean betting sites that we don't know about and we don't check and we have no idea what's going on.
And they have the same thing going on there, or do you have any information?
I don't know for sure. I only heard
it just
things.
seems so fishy, you know, like only having this one site making all these accusations and I don't know.
Yeah,
there's just too little. There's just not enough information, in my opinion, on this.
Yeah, I agree with you. But to me, the Marine King match was just so disgusting. Like, I had a friend that was watching a lot of StarCraft 2 with me back in 2010, and then he was trying to get back into Pro League, and then I showed him this game, and he was like, really? Why am I, like, fucking coming back to this scene if Marine King is a fucking douchebag now? That's pretty disappointing, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Well, I still haven't seen that game. Is it, like, super obvious?
Dude, he's
How
like...
did you not see that game?
Dude, there's, like, creep in his base, and he's adding a third CC and not reacting on fucking expedition
like,
loss.
it can be hard to see that, you know, on the minimap or whatever.
It's like next to his ramp.
He sees the spine building
Yeah,
on his minimap.
Yeah, and then there's creep that comes like next to his buildings and his main base as he builds the third command center.
Alright, I think I need to see that game.
What? I can't believe you haven't seen it already.
Yeah.
No, it just never happened.
It's as obvious I think it could get, and this is as someone that likes Marine King and, you know, has been pretty good friends with him. But if there was a match and they're like, you know, do you think this was fixed or not? I'd be like, yeah, it seems like it might be. Anyways, let's move on from this shit. It's
Yeah.
tedious and boring.
Yeah, well. Red Bull to host a battleground with Archon Mode. On the surface, this looks cool. As a competitor, Chris, what are your thoughts? Are you excited? Like, because that's a lot of work, like finding someone that you're willing to work with, and so on.
I would practice for this for sure.
But
because it's Red Bull. In Red Bull, when you go to Red Bull events, I don't know if you guys have been, but they host really nice events. Like they take care of players really well. They'll like take you go-karting and they'll pay for all your food and take you to dinner and like put you up in a nice hotel in a nice area, shuttle you back and forth. Like as far as like player care and stuff, it's really good. And then as far as prize pool, it's always pretty good. The staff are always very nice. So I mean, if they said like, hey, Chris, we want you to find a partner, we're inviting you to the event, I would for sure go.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
But it's safe
Fine,
to say.
Chris, I'll go with you if that's.
But it's safe to say that they're moving away from like the open bracket type of events,
yes,
right?
of course, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But is this confirmed to be a LAN or?
Yes, it'll be in a LAN as far as yes,
You know where it is when you're trying not to slip up.
How would
right?
you know that? Though?
This is gonna cast it.
Yes. This caster
I fucking
connection.
wish. I wish.
Is it in the west or in the east?
I don't know, dude.
You know, you just can't tell. All right, moving on. No, but it's cool. They made a little video announcement during their Dota 2 finals, and they're coming back. So that's like the only thing we have for NA. There's no other events, no IEMs, no MLGs. Hashtag where are the tournaments? But that's cool. All right, last topic before we go to the Reddit questions. The TL map contest number 6 finalist. Finalist, thank you, NaNiwa. Hey, fuck you guys. I want you guys to open the thing more, get up from your chair, and just try to look at the map. You know, click on it, zoom on it, and we'll just go one by one. A lot of people have requested us to give some valid feedback. 3 out of 7 of the maps are like expedition loss, where they have the backdoor rocks.
Wait, where are they? On the link?
Yeah, they're in the bottom, second page. Scroll down, okay, and then the judging process, etc. Scroll down. So we're gonna take a look at Bridgehead is the
We're
first.
Literally gonna cover every map.
Yeah, just like
who asked you to
1, 2,
cover
3,
this?
4,
like
5, 6,
people
7.
that would be happy that you cover this. Okay, there you go. But yeah, you have like a backdoor expand with this one. You know, a ramp.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Did you get paid for this?
Shit.
No, we're not getting
Did
paid.
you sell out desRow?
No, I'm not selling out. It's a community service, guys. Come on, let's go. We're like the saviors here. We're like the firefighters.
Map 1, the bridgehead.
Yeah, bridgehead.
So there's a rocks in the back?
No, there's no rocks. There's just a... Is there
What
rocks?
is that? What is that in the back?
Just look at the map.
I'm fucking looking at it, Morrow.
Yeah, do you
Are those
see?
rocks? No.
It's just an expansion. Oh, you mean you mean there? Yeah, it looks like rocks.
Jump.
I see them now.
So there's a backdoor expand with...
there's two rocks.
Yeah, there's a backdoor expand with rocks.
What are rooks?
Rooks.
I said
Mr.
rocks.
Browder would be so disappointed in you
So
right now.
let's be serious, guys. So backdoor expand with backdoor rocks. A third base, pretty far away, or pretty hard to. It's pretty hard to turtle on 3 base, right? We can assume that, right? What do you think of the map, HuK? Just you like it?
It seems decent. I mean, there's nothing glaringly bad about it.
There's no watchtower. That should make you happy, right?
Yeah, that does make me happy. But it feels like the bases are really close, right?
Yeah.
It feels like
I don't
it's
know.
like everything's directed in the middle.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know why it reminds me of Redwar with the little bridges.
It has like Broodwar terrain. You can say everything is kind of squarey, if
Yeah.
that's a word.
Square.
Like diagonally. So
Oh.
it's like Broodwar terrain.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
They basically try to replicate it to look old school. I really like it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
What about you, Nanny? Any comments?
It looks a bit hard to hold the third, I guess.
Yeah, that's.
But it's too hard to just have 1 second
Say.
to look at the map and then like
Yeah.
never play it and then just.
Biggest thing is playing it, yeah.
But yeah, like looking at it, it looks like Vani research station pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Except,
the concept, it will play out pretty much the same, I would think, but a bit longer rush distance. It looks like.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm not sure about that. I
What
don't
about-
know. I'm not a big fan of this.
Okay.
It has like the ramp is larger than a normal ramp. Isn't that a problem in PvP?
Let me see.
Well, are you
Is
sure
it?
it's larger?
I can't,
Yeah.
I can't really tell.
It looks like yeah, it looks pretty wide.
It is larger, and there's like one rock next to the ramp to make walling easier, but you can't force build. Like one force build is not
Yeah,
gonna
four
block the
gate
ramp.
four gate will be wonderful in this map. I'm excited now for this map.
How about they just build a gate and a pylon in the front of desRow against your 4 gate? You phony. That will never work.
All right. Next up, we have Dash and Terminal. Pretty looking map. It looks pretty. Does it have backdoor rocks? No, it does not.
Gold.
Yeah,
I'm
immediately. Yep, me too. Me too.
Yeah, I don't know why the goal is there. That's a little weird. One thing I like though is your natural as like a backdoor entrance. I don't know if you guys see that. There's like
With the
on.
rocks?
Well, I know. I don't think there are
debris
rocks.
there, right?
Yeah, there's debris.
There's debris.
Ah,
At the natural?
yeah, right?
Yeah. Right?
No.
Yeah.
The closest ramp has a rock.
Oh, no. You know, but like behind your natural, like if they go
Yeah, I
all the
think-
way fucking around, they could sneak in some shit over there.
Oh, so you could
Yeah,
build like a
I think
pylon
so
there,
too.
right?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. That's something we haven't seen too much before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't give a shit. Really.
And the look, the aesthetics are nice.
feel like the gold base, it just immediately turns me off in so many ways.
Yeah, they need to just remove gold bases from this game. I've had enough of that shit.
There's 3 on this map too. There's one on
Oh
the
my God,
bottom
I'm
left.
Yeah, but that's like, it just doesn't matter for Protoss, because we will never have them.
Yeah, but no,
It's
but
just
if yeah.
totally imbalanced, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you can't even take the third as your with the goal.
I
think.
totally see Terran lifting, building like their third CC in their base, and then lifting, and then going to that gold base. It's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they did on that map, what was it called? Not Star Station, but there was another map with space shit.
Habitation station.
Habitation Station, yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have Ecosphere. It's a 4-player map. This one looks the most legit, to be honest. Is there a
The
backdoor
most
rocks?
standard, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
besides-
there's one into your main. There's
Yeah.
a backdoor rock in your main.
Yeah. Okay.
But this
Outside of
looks
that,
the most standard. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
There's a lot of. Are these like all collapsible rocks or
in
what?
the middle. Yeah, you can you can play Minecraft. There's no watchtowers. It looks cool. It reminds me of Habitation Station with the the layout.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because you could take your natural, right, and then you break down the rocks in your main base, and then that leads you to another third.
Yeah.
So maybe like if they don't break the rocks, the larger rocks, then you could take that other third. But even the normal third looks pretty like okay to defend. There's basically
Yeah, on the
only
low
2
ground,
pathways. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
But
It looks
wait,
the most
Wait
standard.
a second here. If I spawn in the top right,
Yeah.
and the other person, can they then spawn in the top left, or is it cross only then?
Let's see what it
That's
says.
interesting. Yeah.
This map is
Because
cross
if you
only.
can like break down the rock and then
Yeah, it's-
immediately be at their base.
Yeah, no, it's cross only. So that's
Okay.
pretty cool. Your third is secured. It's probably the best map so far, I think.
I think it's the most standard. I don't know if I'm gonna say best or not.
I
I'm
don't
gonna say
know.
it's
Yeah.
the most
I'm
standard.
not a big fan of like rocks and gold bases. But
It's
maybe I'm just
Like
old-fashioned.
backdoor rocks is actually pretty hard for Terran to deal with.
Yeah,
'Cause
okay.
You know the all-ins from two sides.
Yeah, okay. Have
Have
you heard of supply depots like that they can lower and go up and stuff?
Yeah, rock suck Protoss, like Expedition Lost.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it, but it's just the truth. Like it's not a discussion.
I've missed you so much, Morrow. I want you to know
I'm
that.
just shedding some light upon the discussion here. Letting you guys know it's
Morrow.
about Terran.
Expedition Lost, there is
You
a
mean-
rock, right?
Yeah.
Did you win against Showtime on this map or not?
Oh!
Do you think TVP it's hard for Terran, or do you think TVZ it would be hard?
Mostly sucks against Zerg because you can't like abuse the rocks against Zerg at all. So against Zerg it's only negative, whereas against Protoss it can be an advantage if you go into mid game. But early game it only sucks.
Like an Immortal Line or something?
Yeah,
Like against
Exactly.
Showtime?
yeah, exactly. But I
saw this game, I can
miraculously won that game. So
Yeah, he made
Miraculously.
mistakes. Honestly, he did make mistakes. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
but
You
yeah,
made a winner mine,
like
shot
it
this
is,
army.
it is bad for Terran. It's just a fact.
Okay. Next up, we have Moonlight Madness. That's a very nice name. It doesn't look so pretty, but is there backdoor rocks again?
Yeah,
There's like two-
all of these maps share the same thing.
They went ham. No, but what's cool about this map is your main base has two entrance, but you can close down one of them with the rocks. So the 4 gate is just so strong on this map. Where's the Panon gonna come from? The third seems very far away. I don't know if you guys are looking at it.
Well, you have the back
Well,
door
that depends
third.
which one you take, I suppose.
Yeah.
But this reminds me of that map, what was it called? It had two different spawns, like it was a one-on-one player map, but there was two different
Way station.
map layouts. No, there was a gold base in the middle.
Foxtrot.
Foxtrot, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that, without
Well-
the gold base, you know? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, with a lot of ramps. Yeah, you're right. There's
Yeah.
2 watchtowers in the middle. That's
And the bases are pretty much the same, like,
Yeah.
except this is less exposed than natural, I mean.
Yo, do you guys see what's like in the corner behind the expand? There's like a ramp and something. It's weird.
I think that's only like for views, visuals, because the other base doesn't have that.
And the bottom right? And the top left?
In the bottom left, yeah, top right compared to top left.
Oh no,
It's
I'm
not-
talking top left and bottom right. But yeah, it's probably visuals. Alright, next up we have Mutiny from Time Twister. It says it's probably one of the most aggressive maps. Let's zoom in, see how it looks. Backdoor rocks again.
Back to rocks.
Very large map. Very far away third again.
Oh yeah, the third base is
Fucking-
insanely far away.
Is that a fucking gold base I see in the middle? Is that 2? 3?
Is that really
Is
three?
that
That's
4?
Four.
gold base.
Man, I'm out. I'm out. It's over.
It's like a Shark Tank. We're not investing, man.
It's like the third's too far. There's backdoor rocks and there's gold bases. It's like Protoss 2 base all in or GG. Leave the game.
Yeah, like fucking gold bases. It's so retarded.
What do you mean, HuK? You can't all-in somebody with double your economy.
No, exactly. Cannon rush into all in.
Nice.
I don't know, man.
Pool, Hatcher and the gold base.
And
GG.
Leave the game.
Get
I don't like this map. I think the third base is it's just too extreme. Like third base so far away, and there's a backdoor rock. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do.
It reminds me of Heavy Rain with the middle rocks. You just shut down the way, you know.
Yeah, you're right. about
That's kind of cool. If it weren't like full of gold bases, it'd be cooler, I think. Next up, we have. There's 2 last maps, by the way. If you're not from SC2Remax, the guy from Cloud Kingdom.
Cloud Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah. Noah's HuK. We're gonna save all the animals. Let me zoom in. Whoops.
Did you just say HuK?
Yeah. Arc.
Oh.
I said IH maybe. No backdoor rocks. Congratulations, you've passed the test.
Third base. Like, where's the third base? Where the fuck am I supposed to go here?
I
guess the third base is okay.
Yeah, it's a
because
small little
so
bridge.
Small, so you
Yeah.
can have like one sentry there,
Well,
and then
this
Terran
map
can have a
is
bunker. Or
really
something.
interesting.
Yeah, the way they have the third base is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
What's that going on in the middle too? Can we walk there, or is
Yeah.
that like, is that a forest
Yeah.
that we're now not allowed to play in? Like, I don't understand where you're supposed.
So the forest is sacred, HuK. You can't.
Like,
It's a reservation.
The whole game, I'm just parking my army in there, and I'm never attacking. And then as soon as they bring a unit close to it, I just kill the unit and then pull back, and I just stay in the forest the whole game.
Yeah, but can the map like fly? Because if you look at the bottom to the right, they are
True.
clearly on.
Yeah, they're going. They're going.
They are
places.
clearly going. So can you feel the map moving?
I like this map just because of the things we've discussed already. Like, it's interesting. I don't know if it'll work out, but I like this map probably the most just because it's very... The way they handle the third with that small choke is the most interesting part. Even the fourth, it's like maybe 1 or 2 force fields.
Yeah.
So.
It's really, really cool. Not
It
gold
looks like a decent
bases.
map.
Yeah.
And no gold map, no gold base. You don't.
No
use it.
watchtower.
No, I think
no
there's
gold
watchtowers
base.
in the middle, but I'm
What?
not sure.
I'm out.
No,
Wait.
hold on. Does it say...
No, there is no gold base in the
No
forest.
gold bases.
Yeah.
Well, this map is interesting. I
This map is
kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Well,
just need to add like something so you can't fly in from the side with medivacs, like perhaps some trees.
Maybe one
Maybe.
of those big cannons from
Maybe one of my
Total
guys knows it.
Biscuits.
Yeah, like if medivacs try to fly over, it just shoots them down.
Yeah, like a big-ass cannon.
You guys are ruthless. Alright, the last map, Terraform. Zoom in again.
Now
feel
this map is aggressive.
Feel like whoever made this map was high. Let's be honest here. Alright?
What's with
What's
the
going on?
expands
How
blocking
do I
like
get to them?
pathways?
Like, is this StarCraft 2 or are we playing like some kind of maze game on my phone? Because I don't understand where the fuck I'm supposed to go to get to my opponent's base.
I think I like it.
Yeah? I
What?
bet you did.
What exactly do you like about it?
Well, the fact that it opens pathways when you grab expand, so like you have like fucking nexuses and shit in the middle of the like
I don't like this at all.
What do you mean?
cause you're gonna expand in like in the middle of like a fucking road, so to speak. So like as
How
the
does
game
that usually go against roaches?
well, I mean, it's just like as the game progresses, you just have like a bunch of fucking buildings everywhere. I think that's cool.
At least the gold bases aren't right by the natural.
Yeah, you can't really take that. It's like a 4th or a 5th if you take a gold base, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, no, I think it's cool, and it's like you have so much to cover for like run bys, and there's
Did
no
you make this map,
watchtowers.
desRow? Is
No,
this your AKA?
no, I didn't, but I think it's cool. I think it'll go far in life. But yeah, that settles our coverage of the Team Liquid Map Contest 6 finalists. Congratulations to all those folks for getting there, and good luck to the guy that's gonna win $1,000. He's gonna be happy. And yeah, that concludes the part of our topics for Remax. Get on Reddit, get on Twitter, go ask your questions. We're gonna answer most of them. Ask your questions on Twitter. All right. Hey, by the way, Chris, it's episode 40 today. Did you think we were gonna make it this far? Let's be honest.
BRB.
Yo,
I mean-
we're still on air, man. You gotta talk to me, baby.
Wait,
I don't know what
what's
to
going
say,
on?
man. He wants to make it something. Like 40 means nothing to me, man.
What
I'm not
about
gonna be
50 or 100?
50. Okay, yeah, 50 and 100. That means something. We can talk. you
Okay,
know?
so 50, we're doing like 3 tequila shots.
I'll like rub your feet or something. How about that, sweetheart?
No. 2 tequila shots.
I don't want tequila. I'll do something, but I'm not doing tequila.
So we're doing 3 shots of something.
Why did it go from 3 to 2 back to 3?
Well,
How
because
did is this how you negotiate your contracts? You're like, no, I want $1,000, and they're like, no, we'll offer you 500. And you're like, 2,000. And they're like,
All right, so we're gonna do 3 shots of something, guys. That's decided. What do you think about Turtle Entertainment? We talked about it. Sorry, buddy. It is often argued that WCS NA EU should be full region locked to foster local talent. The lack of a local NA scene is what is commonly pointed to as the reason why NA is totally unable to compete with Korea. If this is the case, why don't we see Germany with the EPS or Taiwan with the TESL competing and beating Koreans? Won't a full region lock lead to an isolated NA region that is totally unable to deal with the Koreans' meta?
Go, HuK.
I choose you, Morrow!
Morrow, cast, disappear. It is very successful.
He turned off his cam. Oh my god. You have fled the battle.
Guys, come back. Alright, well, I guess I'll answer it. I don't know. I guess Germany, it's a bunch of dinosaurs, really. You still have TLO trying hard. You have like up-and-comers like Kung Fu Panda and Showtime. But yeah, I guess, I mean, maybe that guy's got a point. Full region lock is maybe not the answer. Taiwan, I mean, they practice on the Korean server, so like they're getting close, or they're doing the best, I guess, out of like the other foreigners. Well, China's doing pretty well too. But yeah.
We're back.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
don't know what to say. I feel like it's not an easy question to answer, because you want to think like the best when foreigners were the closest to Koreans, it was back before Kespa, and it was when there was a lot of money in the foreign scene. So players were getting like a lot of money contractually to compete in StarCraft 2. Now foreigners are getting a lot less than Koreans, and they're clinging to prize money basically to remain pro gamers. You know, a lot of players make a lot more money off of winnings, even if they don't win tournaments, than they do salary. Mm-hmm. And back in the day when Koreans were a lot better, you know, whether it was me, NaNiwa, Stefano, Scarlet, Jinro, whoever,
Morrow,
you could make a good amount of money off a salary. And even if you didn't do so well in tournaments, or you did do well in tournaments, the majority of your money could still come from salary. So, I mean, I think right now, the state that the scene is in, the more region locked it is the better, because prize money is the only thing that motivates pro players from the foreign scene, because no one's getting, you know, a shitload of money from salary. So, you know, that's what I think would help make the foreign scene better. Because if you just unregion lock it, sure, like competition, they're gonna come and take the money more, but it's not like we benefit from that at all. If that makes sense. Hopefully it does.
Yeah, it does. A lot of people want me to repeat. I said Kung Fu Panda and Showtime were up-and-comers from Germany. You missed that, NaNiwa, so I'm just a crowd pleaser.
Yes. Kung Fu Panda, he won. He beat me. We get it, guys. We get it.
Alright. Can you ask NaNiwa how to tie a Angsman noose? I don't know what that is, but...
Yes, I understand, even though you didn't speak English, desRow. It was just a bully from Morrow and my chat, who is subscribed, Jorix, who was trying to be funny, and of course desRow went with the most offensive one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Either way, I still think we should fucking kick out all the Koreans right fucking now. Get the fuck out. It's the only way for StarCraft 2 to have a small chance.
Get the
And
fuck
I mean that with like, I'm 100% serious. Like
I agree.
Holt and Violet, etc., living there, practicing on the Korean ladder and occasionally playing on the American or European ladder doesn't give us like anything at all. Literally zero.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I
It's
think
just like
it
takes
would
away
be more
everything.
fun in a way.
Because there's already other tournaments like DreamHack, etc., Red Bull, and so on that everybody can play. They don't need to be in WSS Europe and America as well. But perhaps that's only my opinion.
Well, no, a lot of people feel the same way as you do, but usually we're called a bunch of has-been foreigners who don't do shit anyway. But since you're the best of us,
I think I
Nani,
fit in there perfectly as well, but still,
well, okay.
I still feel that
Well, that's
it's
all
so
we have
obvious
anyways.
now, right? Like, if you look at every other game, the Chinese are the best in Dota, Koreans are still the best in League, but they don't play all the time, right? Which is the main point. So they can build up story in their own region.
And then
But there's no such chance here, because fucking Koreans who have been pro gamers since they were 2 years old come over here, and then they play, and yeah, we all know how it goes.
I agree with what NaNiwa was saying.
Even when I see like Stardust stream, etc., like he plays like almost all the game on the Korean server still, and stuff like that. Like it's it's not fair in any way at all, in my opinion.
I don't even think it's necessarily about fair. I think the best thing is always to region lock, and then like you said, we still have special events like DreamHack, like Red Bull, whatever, that we do compete against Koreans, but there
will never be new players either when all the fucking Koreans are coming here and it's top 8 Korean in WSS NA in Europe. How will that motivate new players to be like, oh, StarCraft 2 is really fun. Perhaps I can like become a pro gamer, etc. But then no, Captain fucking America is here to take my lunch money. Plot twist,
like,
not American.
I agree. Like I think there's a lot of people who enjoy watching foreigners and not necessarily the best games. So, and there's a shit ton of tournaments for you to watch the Koreans. Like they added 3 more tournaments, like different types, like Star League and Kespa Cup, whatever, to Korea. So there actually is like every
Pro
day,
League.
every day, and you have Pro League. Like I wake up and I watch like Korean StarCraft a few hours on average every day of Koreans playing. So there's like tons and tons of games of you to watch Koreans. But when do I get to see, Bunny versus Showtime? That happens like once ever, like 3 times a year, like in fucking round of 8 WCS or whatever. Like I want to see the best foreigners in some kind of final, and so on. So I wish we would have some tournaments for ourselves.
There's obviously a reason why there hasn't been like many new players for the last like 4 years, because there's no incentive for new players, because they will just get fucking, let's not say that word, they will get destroyed by the Koreans.
Was it an R word?
Already. It might have been an R word. But either way, there's just no incentive to go pro anymore. The numbers are going lower, and you can't win tournaments. Like you can't even sign up for an online cup without getting fucking 3 Koreans in your group.
That's what I was saying before you came back. Is back in the day when foreigners were competing with Koreans, we had salary too, and we don't have that anymore. So it's literally only prize money is what motivates players nowadays. And if you can't win, no matter what, then it's just like, well, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I spending 6-8 hours a day practicing when I'm not going to win anyways? And Koreans are doing that plus more, and they live in a team house and they're playing with better players, and then they just come over and they win. So
but it's obvious that StarCraft 2 has been going down, etc. So it's obvious that they need to make a change, and I don't understand the reasoning for not doing it. Instead, their reasoning seems to be to give the Koreans personality, whatever the fuck that means. I just don't understand it. Like,
when you have someone,
what's the point if you don't try to grow your local talent and then complain that foreigners suck? Like,
when you have someone
it doesn't
like
make sense.
when you have someone like Alex Garfield involved in discussions when the WCS ruling is like being made. And
as far as I heard from Alex, he fought for region locking, but
I'm sure he did for Dr. Dong.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I wasn't in those discussions with him and Blizzard, so
fought real hard.
Dr. Dong
fought real hard to keep that J-Dong out of WCS.
Yeah, and I bet there's a lot of J-Dong fans who are like pretty sad that he's not, playing in Korea with the big boys.
Yeah.
Instead, he's going to the easier region, and it's kind of like whatever.
Well,
Plus-
It's just not that fun.
Plus, we have a bunch of foreigners. Like, we have Jadong, of course, but we have me, we have Libo, we have Seppi. You know, we used to have Thorzane. I don't know who else used to be on our team, the Muslim. So I think he did want region locking, to be honest.
yeah, okay. Because I know they were talking with a bunch of team representatives when they were making like their final ruling for 2015, and it didn't go our way, guys. Maybe next year, maybe next year they'll revive people from their graves. Okay, so that was that question. Next up, Mothership Core recall cost is reduced, so Blizzard is trying to somehow balance the Mothership Core legacy. Why are they trying to keeping things that they have introduced as Band-Aid and HOTS? With the way Protoss is very unaccustomed to the new changes and the issues people have with the race since Wall, isn't the best time to make what? Okay, yes. Why?
Do you still don't read these questions? Dude? Just like fucking.
Yeah,
you know what I want to see?
No, listen. No. NaNiwa was so passionate that he charmed me, and then I didn't prepare for the next question. All right, so blame NaNiwa's passion. Can you guys walk us through?
Hide my passion.
Yeah. Can you walk us through how exactly a pro gamer prepares for a match, especially one where you know your opponent a long while beforehand? What's going through your mind as you watch their replays? How do you choose a particular build, etc.? Question mark. So we'll go for the real pro gamer, Morrow.
All right. So what I like to do is that of course I watch like all the VODs. I try to get a hand of any kind of replays, and then you get like their general play style and so on, and you look for their weaknesses, and you kind of look out for how you've been playing recently, also in your own VODs. So because he's probably gonna change towards countering that, so you kind of need to predict how the new opponent is gonna look like, because he's probably not gonna play the same way, right? So you need to like think about it a lot, how to counter what he tries to counter you with, basically before it happens, and then you try to find some practice partners. The more the better, and then you hammer out games. You pretty much just, at least what I do is that I practice only like specific build for a specific map, because I already know what I'm gonna do on a specific map, and then it pretty much goes like that. Sometimes you make some changes if the build is not working out in practice. You might as well just scrape the whole idea if you're not like winning any games at all, and then you just you do something else. And of course, your practice partners also help you the best they can to give you advice and so on to improve your builds and so forth. That's pretty much how I prepare.
Okay.
And I also like the last day. I usually try to, or tournament day. I usually try to relax and so on, instead of mass practicing, so I can like focus all my energy when it's time to play.
Okay. HuK, since you're gonna be a caster soon, can you like tell us how you prepare, but with a lot of caster hype? I'm putting you on the spot, but you look dead.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, man.
Wow.
Unless you're going to pay me that caster money.
I was expecting you to pull a day 9, man.
No. Are you kidding me? Morrow said it perfectly. You're going to replay his VODs. You're going to pick a strategy. You're going to practice it. I mean, there's not really... I think one of the most important things that maybe a lot of players don't recognize, pro players specifically, is what he was saying about what image you give off. I feel like a lot of players don't think about that. You know, like me, I have an image. I'm I'll cannon rush, I'll gateway all in, all those things. So you can play off of that and either, think like, okay, they're going to expect this, so I'm going to do this instead. Or you look up your own replays, your own VODs, and know, what you did lately. So you DT rushed on Catalina. So probably shouldn't do that. You should probably mix it up. If you want to do that build, just switch it to another map. I think that was probably one of the most important parts that a lot of pro gamers miss out on. But other than that, I think it's well known that you're always going to look up VODs, you're always going to look up replays, and you're always going to pick like a build and then practice it,
Okay. What about you, NaNiwa? How do you prepare? The same thing as them?
I think it's exactly what HuK said. I have also realized that not enough people used to consider their image, or still do. That's something I did like a long time ago. I think that was a really big factor as to why I did so good in the games where you prepared, because I always changed it up. Like it can be stuff like scouting patterns, if they see like how you respond to a certain strategy, like when you like to go all in, when you like to just sit back and defend, and then you have to play off of these things and change small stuff that makes a huge difference in the long run. There is many things, like you can go super in depth about it, but I think the most important is just to have builds that you are comfortable with, that you actually believe in yourself. I think that's like the biggest part, because it's very easy to over-prepare, I would call it.
Mm-hmm.
To just like 24 practice and then like, okay, I have to do these builds. It's still very important to be able to realize your opponent's strengths and so on, and be able to adapt in the series as well, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's something that can very easily happen. Like, if you're prepared, let's say you're prepared like 2 weeks, like fucking hammered out this build, like, oh, I made this build like 100 times on this map. Of course I'm gonna do that. But when you're in like game 3 and you're down like 0-2, maybe it's time to start, you know, your plan, what you're doing is not working. And this opponent is playing like in a different way that you didn't expect, so then it's good to have a lot of experience with just overall basics of StarCraft 2, you know, knowing how to play different builds and so on. So you need to recognize when you need to go out of what you have practiced to basically improvise a strategy to beat your opponent during that series. And that's something that's very difficult to do, because everybody says that you should just stick to what you practice, don't mind fuck yourself and so on, but sometimes you need to
take risks.
Yeah, exactly, take risks.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chris, I'm glad you're already working to be a hard-working caster. Those selfies, that's right up your alley. Is anyone present edgy enough to shit on casters? Which do you dislike and why?
What was the question?
Which caster do you dislike and why?
Well, I dislike that Madals isn't casting more tournaments.
I can also agree with this.
What the fuck? Why?
What do you mean? Why?
Yes, Morrow, why?
Well, you know, Madals. It's Madals.
Right,
I don't want to shit talk casters.
Wow, so no one's edgy?
I think they know who they are.
How
And
about
I think they know what they need to do.
desRow, how about you start?
Yeah, you get us started and then we'll
fill in.
Yeah, Brendan from Pro League is pretty boring to listen. I don't like.
I actually think he got a lot better.
Yeah, he
recently.
got a lot better, but it's like he's there to be there, man. It's like he can speak English. Like that's pretty much it. Like
Better than you, then.
yes, I am.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
I mean, it's not. I'm not setting the bar very high, but anyway. So you guys are a bunch of chickens. All right, I see how it is. I mean, to be fair, last time.
I'll go.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking Nathanias, trash. All right, let's get that off the boat here, and then Greetwer,
Obviously.
useless. I mean, if Rotterdam was fucking there, I think I would spit on him mid-cast. That's how upset I would be that I'm casting with him. So.
All right. So no other valid
I'm not sure
answer.
it's serious, actually. That's the weird part.
Well, okay.
Is
Okay.
HuK serious?
I mean, the last time we were edgy on casters, I got Caloris to stop following me on Twitter. So let's just move on.
Oh, yes, Caloris. I love that guy.
Okay. What is
No,
your?
but I think they know who they are and what they need to do.
Yeah, of course.
Because they probably get a lot of feedback about their casting and so on. I feel like this is just a bait to start some drama.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the casters, like the ones that are bad, they know they're bad, and they're like, well, fuck it, I'm getting paid. This is what I'm doing. That's it. You know.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think they're like unrealistic. We don't have to name names, and I think the public, for the most part, knows who the bad casters are too. So you should dodge questions like this. Kind of useless. And no pro gamer is going to come out and like declare war against a caster
What?
That's
You used
big
to do
enough for me.
that?
Yeah, and times are. Look at me now, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what I've become.
All right.
Disappointed when I look at myself in the mirror. I'm so disappointed, man.
Yeah, you know you're dead inside, right?
Like I'm just dying, man. My soul is dying.
I like how you keep the pen. Anyway, what is your guys' opinion on banning people in Twitch chat? Where do you draw the line and why? And since we saw a very escalated chat during DreamHack last weekend, which policy should a stream such as DreamHack have? So let's start with HuK, who always bans a ton of people.
I've banned like 6 people since this show started. So
was it a timeout at least?
No, they're gone.
But they're gonna like send me
I don't care. I don't care.
Oh.
I bet they're like
insane.
subs of mine too. Oh man.
Probably. So that in my chat, I've gotten a lot. Like I just don't care as much anymore, so I don't ban them. But yeah, if someone says something ultra negative towards me, like you're horrible, HuK. Why haven't you retired? That's like you're banned. There's no timeout. It's just your life is over in my chat. So yeah, that's it. As far as like DreamHack, they should policy it the same way that the U.S. does, basically. So like anything that's too, like if you say rape or like the N-word or the another word for a gay gentleman or I don't know, like anything extreme like that, you should be banned. But like as far as like saying like, oh, this player sucks or you know this caster sucks or whatever, then I think that's fine.
Yeah. So, so if you got banned by HuK, just send me a PM as always, since I'm gonna fucking spend the rest of my days on banning people. What about you, NaNiwa? I know you love to ban people. It's like a sport for you. You're like that the new dinosaur in Jurassic Park. You don't do it to eat, you do it to hunt. It's like a sport for you.
It is indeed a sport for me. Yes. I do find pleasure in knowing that they have to make a new Twitch account to troll me. But it's obviously not the same. Is your question my chat or DreamHack's chat, desRow?
Both.
Oh, both? Oh, I shouldn't have presented 2 options. That was my bad. But
you like
DreamHack's chat, I think you should have official like guidelines for rules. This kind of behavior is okay. This kind of behavior is not okay, and that will be it. I think. Like really grave insults is obviously not okay, etc. But on my stream, the way I see it is like. I want to stream because I want to find it fun. And people spamming the same shit 40 times a day per second is not fun if it's super BM, you know?
Yeah.
So I rather ban it so I can be productive with the people who actually want to like ask questions about the games, replays, and so on. So I can have like a decent time and not have to be annoyed at people in the chat and so on. So I rather just ban them straight away. And then, of course, I have the standard $5 donation fee for the unban.
Jesus.
And that's it. But yes, I will ban for anything if they are annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. For me,
basically, just don't write anything in Nano's chat after he loses.
Yeah, dude, I got banned so many times in HuK's chat for typing something after he loses. I'm like the scapegoat.
But as long as it's not like a super BM, it's fine. Even if I lose, but like it always like it's always this fucking Kung Fu Panda shit all over again every fucking day.
Damn.
Yeah, but even something like having a fucking guy just come in like, hey, you should have built a turret. Like when I died to Pizza
Yeah,
Rush.
I'll fucking
like
ban.
that probably like doesn't sound ban worthy, but that can be way worse than, you know, fucking Heiling Hitler or something. Like that sometimes make me want to ban people when they say like so just after you lose, you get like super bad and then you take it out on the viewers. So I think after a game you need to be careful about what you say, like about giving advice and so on. I'm pretty good about it, but I know that a lot of players get...
I'm not good at it at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you get this fucking advice, like some stupid shit, and you're just like, no, get out of here.
They're like, yo, man, you needed Storm there, and it's like 12 minutes. You had your like first Colossus out, and they're like, yo, you needed Storm, and you're just like I can't handle it, man. I can't handle it. It's too annoying.
I understand that completely.
I think those guys are fine, but every once in a while it gets to me. I'm like, no, you're clueless. Let's be real. And then they get sad and then they leave. But no, I usually don't ban people, even if like they call me fat or they make fun of me. I think I think, you know, having haters is like important, so I don't mind them too much. But then once the whole chat starts flaming them back, that's when I step in and I'm like, okay, let's not give that guy any more attention. But yeah, no banning. I don't know what happened in the DreamHack chat. I mean, if Look No Hands was there, and he was trigger happy, however that works for him. Well, I'm sorry you guys didn't have a fun experience. To all the guests and the hosts, where do you see yourself in the future? Would you still be in esports business, go back to school, or something else? Let's start with Morrow as the real pro gamer.
What was the question? I was reading Twitch chat.
Oh, what are you gonna do
Some
after?
fucking guy here.
What are you gonna do after esports? What do you have planned, Morrow? What's the big plan?
I don't have a big plan, man.
No.
That's the problem. I'm balls deep.
Well, you assume you accept
I
it.
don't know. After pro gaming, I can like fucking call up my old friends. Like, hey NaNiwa, he's sort of. Let's rob a bank.
Wow. Well, I'm glad this is a piece of evidence for the police in the future. Gonna get that YouTube money forever. What about you, NaNiwa?
Well, I don't know. I had some plans, but
Rip.
then I decided it's more fun to not do anything productive.
Oh.
I'm actually having quite fun time streaming, so I don't know. I don't know how long that will last, but it's fun for now, and that's enough for me at the moment. But I was gonna study in August, but I'm playing so fucking bad in StarCraft, so I feel really bad for my team. So I'm gonna try to not suck for a bit and see how that goes. But no other plans.
Chris, I was gonna ask you, but we already see how badly you've sold out.
Okay.
So we'll just skip you. As for myself, I don't know. I was thinking about taking a few online courses, but maybe not this year. We'll see. I don't know. Fuck. Life is a lot of work. All right. Yeah, okay, one guy complaining that we don't have Zerg. I'm really tired of this shit, by the way. I understand you guys are very passionate about, like, who's on the show, who's not on the show, who you're missing, who you want to see, what kind of jokes you want to see, what kind of, like, ambience and, like, synergy you want to have. But, like, it doesn't matter who I fucking bring on. There's always, like, one or two fucking guy that's, like, never happy.
Yeah, so just ignore it.
Yeah.
It's normal.
I just want to point out, don't you think it's a little bit racist that it just happens to be all of the guys are white? Every time.
Honestly,
I mean, what the fuck?
Why isn't Tempo on the show?
desRow.
desRow. Why has Tempo not been on the show?
We had some diversity a while back. We had Maximus Black. We had Tempo. I'm not sure. We had.
Oh, so you made it like a special thing? Like
No.
this is
We had
black
Zeno
guy
last.
episode.
No, we had Zeno last week. He was repping the East. And
What? Repping the East? What do
yeah.
you mean? Because he lives on the East Coast? What are you trying to say, man?
No, like from the eastern like part of the world, you know.
That's
we
racist.
had Sapi before.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that you guys asked. Like, I'm just telling you. All right.
Why haven't any Spanish people been on the show?
Well, because Major is a fucking disaster and no one else is relevant.
Whoa. So you're saying just because Major Spanish, he's a disaster? Is that why no other Spanish? Like, what about?
No. Major is a disaster, and then the rest of the
What
Spanish.
What about like B-Lord?
No, he's well.
What the fuck is that?
What a great bait. All right. Okay. Well, I'm digging deep, guys. Hold on.
Can we like just
Will-
go to Twitter or something?
Yeah,
like,
okay,
I'm
chill.
sick of this shit.
Will a foreigner ever win a tournament with more than
Oh,
2 Koreans in it?
Yeah, because we fucking. Let me ask my crystal ball here. Yeah. The answer is yes. What do you want? What do you want?
You have to shake it first.
Oh, sorry. Shake it.
Okay.
The
No shit.
outcome. The outcome looks grim. What do you like? What do you want me to say?
Oh no.
Like, who the fuck's gonna like say yes, no, maybe? Like, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Is it like likely that the next tournament a foreigner's gonna be able to do it? No. So, like, what the fuck?
What do we think of Richard Lewis hosting DreamHack Tours? Did he do a good job?
He knows nothing about StarCraft 2. He's a good host. So I
don't know.
think he's pretty good.
That was the most boring panel I've ever seen. Wax Angel, so fucking boring. Richard
I
Lewis.
I told Wax
like,
that Wax needed drinks, man. Wax is a very edgy guy, but he was very, very, very boring. I agree.
Yeah, I know how he is as well on Twitter. I've seen it, and I've met him a few times. But
And you expected
Richard
that.
Lewis is also he's funny when he has somebody else who knows what is going on, you know. But Wax Alien and Richard Lewis was not my super duo. I think what's really not there that needed to be there was Madals and Eurosar.
Yes.
Guys, this is not nice.
What?
This is
What
a
are you
no.
talking about?
This
You
is
like
a-
you're
this
trying to like trigger us earlier to call out casters.
This
and
is
now
a no-
he's naming names, and you're like, hey, don't do that. Like,
This is a no bully zone, guys.
What is this guy talking about?
Oh, so we can't have opinions. I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you hate Madals and you're saying he's not good enough, so I have to make fun of him. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, but like you
You
single
don't
him
think he's
out.
good enough? Well, fuck you. Madals doesn't take shit from you.
Well, I'm glad he's got a job with Ding It, otherwise I'd be sad. But okay.
Well said.
Would Morrow or NaNiwa mind if they met each other in esports SM Grand Finals? Would you guys?
No, that sounds good to me.
Who would win, by the way?
Do you even need to ask?
Yes, I'm not sure.
God. Yeah.
Not to toot my own horn here, but
Oh my fucking god.
no, I'm just kidding.
I don't know this fucking
I think NaNiwa would be a slight favorite right now, but after a lot of practice from both, I think NaNiwa would be the favorite. But yeah, if we met in the finals, I think we would like that. That means we didn't lose in the semis, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically me, NaNiwa, sort of, and Sanser that's left in the tournament right now. We're gonna play on Saturday, the semifinals.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hype.
Cool. I wish you guys the
Yeah.
best of luck. Last
I
question.
agree, but I'm gonna play against sort of in the finals.
Aw.
Well, my Turax disagrees.
The Turax has arrived.
Last question from Reddit. Do you guys think that the rank on the ladder can reflect how well a player is going to do in a tournament? If we look like historically, like as the top like 5 on GM ladder, or like HuK being double GM in Korea or double rank 1 in Korea, like does it really reflect? Did it reflect more before than now? Let's go with HuK.
I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say, man. Like, if you do well in ladder, does that mean you're good? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Are you gonna do in tournaments? Are you gonna do good?
Yeah, I feel like always the players that do really good on ladder eventually end up doing decent/good in tournaments. I mean, it depends what ladder. If you're top, like let's say there's someone that has 1 and 2 rank GM accounts on EU, chances are they're pretty fucking good and they're gonna do well in a tournament eventually. But there's a lot of other issues that come up because being good at ladder doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be good at tournaments. But it is a strong indicator, you know?
Yes,
Like-
Showtime
like-
was ranked 1 and 2 the last
Yeah.
season, and he did very well.
And then Revolver is top 10 and he beats MMA. Like, it is
Nice.
a decent indicator. It's not fact, but it's a good indicator, yeah.
Okay. We have a lot of questions on Twitter. Okay, not this one. Why does NaNiwa hate Peely Peely? Hashtag StarCraft drama.
Next question.
But we didn't create any drama today on the show, so we need.
What? We
How
called
about
out
we
a
do some
shit
drama
load.
on you? Why do you ask me for drama?
Oh well, Peely's a nice guy, right, HuK? You like losing to him, right?
Whoa, this fucking guy. I think just me, Morrow, and HuK should make our own show. Without this fucking asshole calling us
Start-
out on everything.
Start the Patreon. Let's get the money going.
Wow. All right. All right. Hold on.
Burning bridges.
Road to relevancy. There's a lot of repeating question. Okay, there's not a lot of good questions, guys. Hold on, I'm sorry. What is everyone's thought on the Libo Chang incident at DreamHack?
What was the incident?
I don't know. Maybe Chris has something to share.
I don't know, dude. But who fucking asked the question?
I was one of the trolls from 4chan, Tomb RC.
I have no idea what happened.
Okay. Has anyone actually asked the Koreans players about region locking? Very biased that we only ever talk to foreigners about it. There was actually a Slasher interview back at the end of 2013 where he was asking a bunch of Koreans, and I remember Liquid Hero saying that he thought that it would be better if the scene was region locked. But yeah.
If I remember correctly, he said it would be better for the scene, but worse for the Koreans.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. This is
Oh, this is great, man. This is going great so
my
far.
man, the quality is just not there, all right? Just
Then let's wrap up the show.
Yeah, but I want to read at least everything. Do you think Morrow in the current moment is unbeatable in TVP? Morrow.
No.
What? But he's been beating a lot of people, man.
No one's unbeatable.
He's beatable, but he's certainly one of the absolute best. I don't know if he's the best, but yeah, when I watch like him or Innovation, it's just Tara looks very viable. If I can put it like that.
Okay. We're going to have a call-in before we wrap up the show, because I forgot about... So Patreon call-in from Joe from Esports 7. Let me fix the overlays. Call-in. There you go. Okay, the overlays already fixed. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's your question?
Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys saw the Gfinity qualifiers today. They ran for about a round,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was a BattleNet bug that prevented players from making new lobbies. So so players just started forfeiting and like walking away. And then like within 15 minutes of this bug happening, they made the decision to just like screw it, we're gonna postpone it. I'm wondering, like, you guys as players, if you were playing in that kind of qualifier, is that a decision you like? Does that make you angry because now maybe you can't make it to the next one? Just like, how do you think that's think that's a good way to handle it, or should you make
What's
people
the
wait around?
alternative? Like everybody waiting and whoever waits the longest wins.
I mean,
I think it's a good solution. I mean, it's fucking annoying when you have to wait for a ton of time, and pro gamers usually can find the time to play qualifiers and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any alternative. It sucks that some people won't be able to make it, but it seems it's weird how so many people always host tournaments on Tuesdays. Like, that's something Rifkin was tweeting about. Like, you have maintenance on Tuesdays, so like sometimes some of the things are like faulty and they don't work, and so it's just unfortunate for Gfinity. But I don't think there was any other way around it. Chris, anything else to add?
Not really. I mean, it's the best solution is always to push it back to something else. Like, it's different when it happens, you know? If it happens at the beginning, then yeah, just reschedule it. And if some people can't make it, then that sucks for them. But if it's like, let's say, like for me, there's a qualifier in 2 days, and they say like, you know what? I'm in like the round of 4, right? And the top 2 qualify, and then they're like, oh, you know, BattleNet went down, we can't play this. Let's reschedule until tomorrow, and I can't because I'm casting WCS or something. That's really shitty. But if it's at like the beginning, then I mean, there's no real gripe that you should be making as a player, in my opinion.
Okay. Thank you, Joe, for the question.
Take care.
I see you. All right. Well, that concludes Remax episode 40, guys. We've made it this far. It's incredible. Let's do the shoutouts and be on our way. Morrow, what are you going to be up to next?
Brain freeze. I'm gonna play Birdie, Swedish Land very soon, and I'm also gonna play Esport SM very soon too.
Nice.
So you can check out for that. I will be streaming. I'm not sure how many more days I will be streaming though, but yeah, you can check that out also at twitch.tv/Morrow. I'm not doing like hardcore commentary right now though, because obviously I want to be in shape for the tournament. And I also want to say thank you for inviting me to the show, and
It's always a pleasure.
Sorry for coming late also.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Maybe one day you'll get your shit together. Until then, I have no expectations, man. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, you don't pay me anyway. So.
All right. Thank you again. What about you, NaNiwa? What are you going to be up to next?
Same tournament as Morrow. Also streaming after this show.
Yes.
Go there if you want to watch some games or get banned. Whatever, it's fine.
Is that it? Is that all?
Yes, that's all.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
I'm going to be casting WCS this upcoming weekend. If you want to get... I will literally sign anything if you show up. So if you're there...
Wow, chicka, wow.
Anything.
Ooh.
Unless it's too small, and then I'll just do initials or something.
What if it was me and I wanted you to sign my boobies? Would you do it?
Yeah, I would for sure do it.
God damn it.
Okay. So, and then other than that, I hope you guys like my casting, and if you like it, make a big stink about it, post Reddit threads, tweet about it, all this stuff. You too, pro gamers, so that one of us can make it into the dirty caster money that I so much deserve. And
It's like when it's like when in those movies when they're stuck in a hole and they like make a human like tower to get like one guy out of the hole. You're the only one that's gonna make it. They're all gonna be stuck down there.
I'll send for help. You know, I just need you guys to throw.
Yeah,
money.
sure you will. Sure you
You gotta
will.
throw money to me, and then I'll like, oh, there's other pro gamers in the hole. They need something too, man. Like, just throw it out like it's gonna be like a piece of fried chicken. I'll just throw it down for you guys, and you guys can fight like animals. Other than that, that's pretty much it, I guess. I might stream like tomorrow or the next day, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's cool that you've been streaming a little bit more. As for myself, guys, thank you to NaNiwa, Morrow, and HuK for coming on the show. Like I said, guys, there wasn't anything between me and HuK. It's just, you know, life gets in the way sometimes, and I'm glad he's back because I love him. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a promotional event with Skill.gg. It's basically money matches. I'll have a couple vouchers. I'll play Yushang. Basically, if you're diamond or below, I'll off race, and you can make money off of beating me, and then you can save the replay and show your mom. So make sure to tune in for that. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. CEST. I'll be tweeting about it and everything. So I hope you guys check it out. And that's basically it. VODs, very shortly. I'm going to be hosting NaNiwa after this. So, you know, expect the VODs within 30 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for the questions, even though some of them were shitty. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care. All right.